Hello everybody, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. Thank you for joining me today. Now 60 and Me is a community of women over 60 who are living their lives with purpose and passion, and many are still interested in makeup, skincare products and beauty products. And recently I've been doing some features of products from around the world, drugstore products from other countries in the world. And I featured some products from Poland and Eastern Europe. There's so much going on there. They've got just amazing selection, and they all seem to be very focused on health, and well-being. The eye creams, other kinds of facial creams are with plants and botanicals. So I was really interested in, just spreading out a little bit further and looking at products from other countries. So I have discovered a line from Turkey. It's called Golden Rose. Now, Golden Rose is a cosmetics company that's part of a larger organization, but when I did my research on them, they are cruelty-free, vegan, and they have dermatologically tested products for the eyes. They just seem a very reputable company. They've been around for 37 years, and they are providing cosmetics to women in Turkey. Now, I ordered some of the products from a couple of different websites. I've mentioned one called makeup.ch, it's makeup.uk, but only serves the European countries. But if you go to Amazon, you will find some of the Golden Rose products. Now, I know this might be a little bit frustrating that I'm going to show you products and you're going to think, oh, I wish I could get that, and then you can't find them. But I want this to be fun, just a fun look at products from other places. You're not going to jump on a plane and go to Turkey just to buy this foundation. But it's really an example of the fact that people all around the world, women all around the world, are using makeup, and they have local companies that they go to their drugstore and they purchase. Now, everybody can buy the Maybellines and L'Oreals and the other global brands, but I'm just interested in the ones that are just unique to that particular country. So, Turkey. Turkey, of course, I've been to Istanbul, but very few other places in Turkey, and I don't know very much about the culture of makeup, but from what I've got here to show you, they obviously have very similar kinds of, product categories, and the products I'm going to show you today, I think, are of a very high quality. Now, I am not an esthetician or a beauty expert in that respect. I like to just play with makeup, but I'm going to show you a couple of things. But let me just get started with my foundation, or with the base, the products. I always, as you know, use my Growing Younger Gracefully oil. It's a facial serum. I put that on a while ago. I put it on under all my makeup because it just gives it a nice hydrating start. But also, I'm going to try a product that actually, this product is from Eveline, which is a Polish company. And the reason I want to do this is it's the only one that's not from Turkey. But I wanted to put this on because it's called Magic Skin, and it's got so many ingredients in it: botanicals, hyaluronic acid, just things that you know are good for your skin. And when I put this on my skin, you'll see how it goes on white. I actually thought immediately of the Trini London product, which is, and also Charlotte Tilbury does one, which is kind of it blends into the color of your skin, self-adjusting, and it gives you a base for makeup. It's kind of a primer. But this one is similar. It's white when you put it on your fingers. I'll show you. You can see. And I'm just going to rub it on. It goes on kind of whitish, but then it blends into your skin. And the reason I wanted to use this is that I think it's nice to use a primer that just, hydrates your skin. And I didn't use too much, as you could see. I put it on my eyes. But that's about all I'm going to put on for primer. I didn't get any primer from Golden Rose, and that was kind of my intention. I am going to use, before I start my foundation, an eye cream. In Eastern Europe, they are so into skincare products for your eyes. And it's just right along my way of thinking, because as you get older, your eyes are the one area that you really have a lot of changes. You've got wrinkles, dry skin, and any concealer that you use is probably going to, go into the creases, and I want to avoid that too. This cream is an under eye cream. It's by a company called Delia, which I think is a Turkish company. It could be just Eastern Europe. The site I ordered this from covered products from all over the world. So I think this is a product you'll get in Eastern Europe and Turkey. But I'm going to put a bit on it's just a very simple eye cream. It's got hyaluronic acid in it and vitamin C. But I'm going to pop this on under my eyes, just as a kind of a base for eyes. It's creamy. you can see my skin's 73 years old, so it's had a lot of smiles and a lot of creases, a lot of tears, lots of laughs. And you can see that's, your eyes really are the first place to show it. So I'm just going to dab that on and let it get a little bit set as we put on foundation. Now, in terms of Golden Rose foundation, I did actually order some foundation that was said to be a radiant foundation, but when I got it, it was way too yellow. And so I really didn't want to show you that. Now, that's one of the challenges with makeup of all kinds that you order online, but in other countries, they have a different tone of skin. So the undertone might be a little bit different than ours, which maybe are more pink or neutral. So I found that the foundation was very orangey yellow, and I didn't want to show you that, but I did order from them two products that are kind of tinted moisturizers. This one is called BB Cream Beauty Balm. It's Golden Rose, and it says it's instantly perfect looking skin. We'll see. And then the other one was called Nude Look Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. And this one, I can show you the two of them. This one here, you'll see when I put it on my arm, is a little bit, you can see it's quite light. And it is a very, very tinted moisturizer kind of finish. Pretty, very pretty, but not a lot of texture not a lot of color and depth to the product. The other one, this one here, which is the Golden Rose BB Cream, is a little bit more sort of intensely, I don't know what you'd call it, just textured, a little bit darker. You can see there. Still a little bit yellow from my skin, but I think it's going to be fine. So I'm going to pop that on. I'm going to use my fingers to just dab it on, and I'm going to rub it in with my fingers, and then I'll use the brush or a sponge to kind of smooth it. But I actually like putting it on with my fingers, and I have a very large age spot there, which you see has kind of disappeared. I'm going to bring it up under my eyes as well, and actually let me put it on this side of my face first and then blend. I like this product, actually. I've worn it a couple of times out. I wouldn't say it's the most long-lasting product that I own, but it's okay. And it's actually very good for your skin. It's a 25 SPF, so it's not, it's good for your skin. It comes out it's not one of those tiny little pumps, or little tops. It's quite big, and you have to be careful. Okay, so I'm going to I actually like putting this kind of foundation on with your fingers because you can really get into the little nooks and crannies of your face. I'm not going to put too much on my eyes because I've got an eye primer from Golden Rose I'm going to use. So that's the, okay. You can see it's a pretty good coverage, and I in a way like it like that. I'm going to dab a little bit on my brush, my BK Beauty 101 brush, and I'm going to just go over it with the brush to give me a little bit more depth. I wouldn't go too hard with this up to it's about a medium coverage. It doesn't go full coverage, but I do like the texture of it. So I just want to dab a bit more on. Yeah, I mean, it reminds me a lot of some of the tinted moisturizers that I've used this past summer, and I think it does a good job. So this is Golden Rose BB Cream. I'll put everything in the section below, and with a link to the place where I purchased them. But then you can actually look around on Amazon, as I mentioned. It covers Golden Rose and others as well. So I think it's actually nice. I like it. Now, in terms of I will do eyebrows next. I want to do my eyebrows to kind of balance everything out because see how things are developing. The light today, by the way, is very strange. It keeps going in and out, so I hope it's not too dark there for you. But in terms of brows, I purchased their brow mascara, which is called Brow Color Tinted Eyebrow Mascara. And it's very similar to the Essence, like Wow Brow and those, the drugstore brands that we can get here. It's actually quite nice though. It's got a very small little brush, and I'm going to use it on my almost non-existent eyebrows. But you get a nice amount of texture with the brush, and it's a little darker than I would normally use, but I'm going to apply it very lightly and see how it goes. Oh, see, now this is the thing. You've got to be super careful with this color because it's designed for maybe little darker eyes. And I'm going to just be careful there. And I think that's okay. Again, drugstore products tend to not have lots of choices of color, and this was the lightest one that I could get, so I think it looks okay, and I'm going to stick with that. And Golden Rose, I think, does a pretty good eyebrow mascara. Now, in terms of blush and cheeks, I'm going to put that on next. I'm not going to put any powder on my face right now. I did get a powder that I'm going to show you in a second when I put some concealer under my eyes, but for right now, I'm just going to pop on some blush. I bought this palette, which is very sweet. It's a Golden Rose product. It's called 3 Steps to Perfect Face. And it's actually got, has it got a mirror? Yeah, it's got a mirror, so I'll be careful with that. It's got a blush, highlighter, and a bronzer. Now, the bronzer is a little bit light, and it's probably not the normal kind of ash brown that I would use, but I found it works really well. And I'm going to just use this BK Beauty 106, I think it is, 107, and just put a bit of, it's actually got pigment, so you have to just be a little teeny bit careful. You can see how that's drawing in a line there for my bronzer. And I will put a bit on the other side. This light today is very strange. I hope that you're getting an idea of what this is doing. I don't usually put too much on my forehead, but I'll do that just to even it all out. And I'm going to put some under my chin, like I always do. It just gives you that little bit of a framing, a little bit of shadow that cuts that jowl line a little bit. So that's the bronzer. I think that actually looks pretty good. And then I always mix my highlighter and blush, but I'm going to put the blush on. I think I'll use the same brush. It's okay. I'll just pick up that highlighter and just put that on first, just above the bronzer. You can see it gives a nice shine. And they're not so, well, from the products in Golden Rose that I looked at, they're not so big on highlighters. There were some liquid highlighters, but they seemed more for eyes than for cheeks. They were super, super glowy. So let me just put this on. And then I'm going to pick up this lovely, it's a beautiful coral peach color for blush. And again, you'll find with the Golden Rose, and you'll see this when I do the eyes, is that the colors are not as, what's the word, vibrant and pigmented as we're used to with our brush powder products. So you just have to kind of layer. I find this with Asian products too, that they just don't have that deep texture and color to them. You have to build them up. So you can see the highlighter there underneath. Now, there actually is a beautiful stick, a blush that Golden Rose does, and I purchased it, and you'll have a laugh because it looks exactly like another one that I purchased before. Do you remember this one? It's my Chanel. This is the Golden Rose. The Golden Rose is a beautiful, really pretty blush, cream blush. I'm going to put a little bit on my cheeks in a second, but I want to just show you the color of it on my hand. Okay, that's the color of the Golden Rose. And I'm going to show you the color of that was about $5. By the way, everything in this collection is under $5 each product. And this is my Chanel, which was $50. I know. I bought it a while ago. You can see the color is, well, you'll see the color. It's just identical. I mean, you know, yes, maybe the Chanel is a teeny bit more hydrating and a little teeny bit more, they're almost the same color, but I'm going to put a teeny bit of this cream on top and just dab it on the top just to give me, for you, an idea. I'm going to put my fingers on and just go like that. Okay, let's do this gently. Okay, I think cream, by the way, on top of powder, if you just dab it on like that, is really lovely. It's just a really sweet look. And I'm going to just take a quick look in my mirror to make sure I placed it correctly. Okay, I like that a lot. I like that blush. Okay, cool. So that's my blush. I'm looking at the light coming in now, and of course it's getting brighter now, and I can see that there's a little bit of a glow there, so maybe I'll have to put a bit more powder on the, anyway, that's kind of cheeks. Okay, let's go to eyes, because I've got a product that I'm so in love with. I actually, I bought one set of eyeshadow products, and then I liked it so much that I bought some more from Golden Rose. They are under $5 each, and they're little quads. I'll show you. I've got them in 3 different colors, and they are wet and dry products. They call them wet and dry eyeshadows. And that's the first one. It's kind of a beigey, brown, gold, taupey color You can see that closer. And they're like a domed, I don't know if you can see that, they're like domed. And like Chanel. That's how Chanel puts their eyeshadows together. And then I found this one, which is just so gorgeous. I can't wait to put this on, but it's in the turquoise and green, and then a teal blue and white. It's just gorgeous. And again, these are under $5. I think about maybe $5 or $6. But the way that you use them is as a powder, or you can wet them and put them on as a wet product. The one I'm going to show you today is my favorite. It's just lovely for me. I haven't played too much with the others, but it's a pink tone. It's got a lovely brown, which is a little bit dark, a pink, a darker pink, and then this gold color. And that combination, I have seen this kind of combination on Chanel eyeshadows and others as well, Dior products. They're very mimicky in that respect. I mean, I think if you're in Turkey and you want to get these products and you don't have access to to Chanel or whatever, you might just think these are really, really useful. So I think they're a good option for you. Now, I'm conscious, I don't know whether you can see this as much as I can. The color of the highlighter is catching this light that's coming in through my window. It may not even be that obvious to you, but to me, I can see it. So I'm going to dab some foundation on here just to tone that down a little bit. Maybe I'll use a bit of powder, setting powder, just to set it. It's pretty. I just think that the light is giving it more of a glow than it actually has. I'm going to use the powder from Golden Rose, which I will dab on my cheeks. I'll bring it up over my eyes and under my eyes in a second too. Okay, and then that of course took away some of the blush. So I'm going to take my blush brush again and put that on. Okay, I hope that's kind of made it less glowy because it's primarily this light, but then again, it may not. Okay, let's have another go with the eyes. The eyes, I'm going to start with the palette, or the little palette I showed you, the quad of pink colors. I'm going to take this very light pink here and just apply it all over my eye, not wet. I'm going to use it dry. And you can see the color. Oh, actually, I forgot to put primer on. Well, I will actually stop for a second and do that because there's a primer in the Golden Rose family that I will want to dab on. I haven't done too much on the blush yet, so let's do that. It's very much like the P. Louise. It's extremely pale, but it blends in, and it's actually not as, it doesn't set as hard as the P. Louise eye primer and some of the other primers. It's more hydrating, but I think that's nice for older eyes because we get a lot of creasing as well as discoloration, which is what we use an eye primer for. So that's my primer. Now let's go back to the pink shadows, and I'll just cover this on my eyelid with this beautiful pink. And you can see, actually, as soon as I put it on, you can see how it goes on a little better. I'm going to bring that right up to the eyebrow because you can't actually see it as much as it just covers any redness or any lines. And I'm going to just do that. Okay, so that's the pink kind of, this is the thing, they're not really mattes and they're not really radiant. They're in between, but as soon as you add water, they change dramatically. Now I'm going to take like a firm brush, like I think this one here. I think that's a number, what is that? It's a 10 something, 20 something, 203. And dab it in water. Got a little bowl of water here. And I'm going to take this brown color right here, the darker brown, and get some water on it. So you can almost see it turning into a liquid. I don't know if you can see that. And I'm going to put that on my eyelid. Now it's going to look a little dark, and that's okay. I'm just dabbing it on. But as soon as you put this on, it starts to set. Not so quickly. I mean, you still have plenty of time to work with it. But I'm going to use my mirror just to blend it in with another kind of a dense brush. And I'm going to just blend that in this side here and this over here. And you can press a little bit hard. I mean, it's quite creamy, but at the same time, it's got a firmness to it. And I'm going to just bring that up a little bit, not over my crease at all, but just on the lid. And then this darkness on the edge is going to help us to get some sort of frame it. And I'm not going to add any more because I think that's dark enough. But then I'm going to take the pink. I'm going to go back to that brush that I was using a second ago and wet it, the 203, and use it for the pink, the darker pink, which is this one here. This is probably my favorite color. I've already worn it down. I've actually used it so much. And I'm going to just put that on the center of the eye. And I'll use this. Okay, is everybody seeing this? This is such a pretty color. Okay, I'm going to bring it up just a teeny bit. And the difference that you get, I'm going to leave that dark on the edge there. The difference you get between a dry and a wet product with this eyeshadow is so dramatic. It's beautiful. Now I'm just doing this dark because I'm going to then go back and it looks darker than it is going to, because I'm going to go back with that beautiful light pink and tone it down. I'm going to wipe my brush, dab it in the water again, and go back to this very light pink here. It's like painting. It's like a paint pot. It's really, really fun. I'm going to dab a bit on my finger there to get, okay, so there it's starting to spread a bit, but I'll take care of that in a sec. And then I'm just putting this right at the beginning of my eye, right there. You almost want to close your eyes. It's just so soothing on your eyes. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is take my fluffy brush again and go back into the pink, which is actually almost dried. And just blend that top part there that was starting to move up. This is the problem when you've got hooded eyes, is that they really do, any eyeshadow that you put on tends to creep up. And I'm just blending that all together so it's a little bit, okay. That's more or less what I like. I may put a tiny bit more of the pink with some water. But these other colors, I tried to play with them just as like, you know, paint pots, and they're really, really cool. So again, I'll just touch in a little bit more of a light color there. Excuse me while I'm taking a while on this. This is all new product to me, so it's not something that I've used before. But isn't that pretty? I think that's such a lovely, lovely color. And I can see it's going to maybe smudge up, but I'll take care of that later. So mascara. Okay, mascara is, again, they're famous for their mascaras in some of the European countries because women do wear a lot of mascara. And they tend to have darker eyelashes and darker eyes. So I think I'm going to try my best here with the products I have. The lash primer is very similar to what you might find in our drugstores, in Essence or one of those brands. By the way, as I mentioned, all these products are so reasonably priced, so affordable. But this is the mascara, I think it's Golden Rose, same brand. And I'm going to just dab that on my eyelashes. Oops, wait a second, I'm going to do one more thing. Yeah, this is challenging with hooded eyes. Okay, I'm going to just try to smooth that out. I try to keep my eye shadow on my lid. This is one of my goals. I mean, a lot of people bring it up over and there's no big deal at all. But for me, I like to keep it sort of in one place, and that's really good. So let's put the primer on. And you'll see, just like every other eye primer you probably ever used, it gives you a little speck of white on your eyelashes. And you can see how that is going to give me a little base for the mascara. There were so many choices of mascaras. Honestly, I didn't know which ones to choose, but I always look for the word volumizing, and that's the mascara that I purchased. It was called, Miss Bush is a volumizing mascara. Again, Golden Rose, I'll put the details below. But here is, now this is kind of an interesting brush. It's like an hourglass brush, one of the, wand, and it is a beautiful mascara, this. I really like it. It's quite thick. And you'll see as I place it on, I'm not waiting too long for the primer. But you can see almost right away, if I just sort of hold it as I pull it up. Can you see? It's really amazing. And that's not even hardly one coat, but I'll put it on the other side. And you'll see what I'm trying to achieve here. Okay. I think this eye actually has got less eyelashes on it than the other one. I don't know whether that's happened to you or not, but I feel like it's got less volume on it. Okay, so that is literally one and a bit coat on either side. It's really, really pretty. It's a nice mascara. And again, as I mentioned, under $5, all very affordable. And I've used this, several times since I purchased these products, and it washes off okay. It's not waterproof, of course, but it's really a lovely product. Lips I'm going to do last, and I think you're going to enjoy the lipsticks because I have fallen in love with Eastern European lipsticks. I just adore them. And I think that they're really precious. One thing I do want to do is just put some powder under my eyes, and I'm not even going to put any concealer. I'm just going to do a little bit of powder because I put foundation under my eyes there. This is the powder. It's called it's Golden Rose, and it's the I think it's silver. What is it called? Silver Touch. Oh, Silky Touch. So it's, I need my glasses to do this. And I'm also going to put some of that white, it's not transparent, it's got kind of a light color to it on my eye top, just there. So I can just smudge that eyeshadow that's moving up. It's actually kind of a nice look. I don't mind it at all. It's gone up a little more than I wanted, but I kind of like it. It's all blended and I think it looks okay. And concealer is never going to make all those wrinkles go away, all those smile lines, so we'll live with it. Okay, I'm looking for my lip liner, Golden Rose. I'll put the colors down here, but again, this is called Dream Lips lip liner. It's a pencil lip liner, but it's silky, it's smooth, and it's easy to apply. And I will put it on. It reminds me of Charlotte Tilbury, NYX, Maybelline. It's honestly, when you look at these drugstore products from Turkey, they're just as good a quality as anything we'd purchase here, and they're just made for a different audience, but there's a theme that goes through them that's really beautiful. And let's see here. Okay, that's the liner. And you can bring it up a little over your lips, but I think that's really pretty. It's a nice neutral color. You can use it with any lipstick. I've got two different lipsticks, two different colors, same lipstick, two different colors. They are, what is it called? It's called Super Shine Stilo, or it's a stylo. It's the kind of lipstick that comes up like this. And I actually like these rather than a bullet. I just find the bullets sometimes, they get worn down on one side, but this is really easy to apply. This one is number 10. They're big on numbers, not colors, so that wouldn't be coral something. And this is number 8, and this is a pinky color. And I'm going to use that one, and you can see I've already started to use it a bit, but I love this. It's so silky. Now the color isn't terribly strong, so I wanted to show it to you though, because I am not a big nude lip person, but this is really pretty. And I think that the silkiness of it is just fun to wear. It's really gentle on the lips, hydrating. And I just think that's such a very pretty color with the lip liner. However, you can see, even when I'm using it quite a bit and I'm putting a lot on, it's not very dark. So I'm going to sneak in a product from Eastern Europe, from Poland. It's from my Evelyn line. It's $4.88. This one, I've got 2 extras because I love it so much. This is a regular bullet lipstick, and it's so much like other ones that I love. And I'm just going to pop this on top because it'll give me just a little bit more depth and color to go with my eyes. Maybe we should leave it as it is, but I'll try. To be honest with you, the one that I put on first, the Stylo lipstick, is so creamy, it kind of just absorbs this right into it, and I actually quite like the combination. You know what Wayne Goss always does, and I might be tempted to do it, is to take a little dab of my lipstick and put it there. And it kind of pulls the whole thing together. I agree, I like it. I hope that shadow or the blush wasn't too glossy there, too shiny for you. The light is shifting now, so it's not quite so intense. But I'm going to take my powder brush, and I'm going to just take it and go all around to finish my look. I actually quite like this Golden Rose product. I think it's lovely. I really, truly do. I think I must have spent about $30 on all of this. It wasn't that expensive. The shipping from the company makeup.ch, which is a Swiss company, was free. The shipping was free. And if you live in the UK, it's makeup.uk, and that's shipping is free. It's not too available in the US yet as that particular website, but you can, as I said, find these Golden Rose products on Amazon, amazon.com. And the prices are low. They're still affordable. You won't get every single product that I've talked about here, but I think there's a good representation of, one of everything. And if you can get your hands on these eyeshadows, I would highly recommend it. I mean, if there's one thing that I really love out of this whole collage of things that I've got here, it is these eyeshadows. They're adorable. And also the lipsticks, and I like the mascara. I did like the cream blush, and I just hope that you enjoyed watching this demonstration of Golden Rose products. I'm going to put some more of the light color eyeshadow because I want to be sort of pinky and not sort of mauvey. But you can see just how easy it is to play with this stuff and have fun. And that's what makeup should be. It should be fun. It should be something that makes you feel good and vibrant on the outside like you do on the inside, and experiment with it. And especially fun when you look at these drugstore products from other countries, because they are also women like you and I. We may be on a budget. We may be on a very fixed budget, and we don't want to spend $50 on a blush. I always keep this one just to show what, you can compare it to, because even though I do love this Chanel product, it cost me $50, I could have bought all of this on the table for the same price, less. So hope that you enjoyed it. I'd love to know if you are in another country, what kind of products you buy at the drugstore, and if you have a website that you can share where people can get interesting products that you would just buy every day in your drugstore. And I am going to be doing one on Japan. I found a store that does Japanese makeup, again, affordable drugstore brands, and I'm going to do that in a couple of weeks, and we'll keep trying new ones. I'm looking for Spain and Portugal, but a lot of people, of course, in other countries do use the global brands, the L'Oreals and Maybellines of the world. But anyway, this was Golden Rose. And thank you to the Golden Rose team if they're watching this. It was really lovely to share your products, and I hope that you all have a fabulous day wherever you are. Thank you for joining me, and take really good care of yourselves. Stay safe and strong, and stay well. Bye-bye for now. Lots of love.